What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're checking back in on Kingdoms and Castles. We started a first episode a little bit ago. We got food running around. We're building ourselves a treasury on this side, which is pretty rad, because having a treasury seems to imply that we have treasure. We're moving on up in the world. We are officially a small village. We are mining stone from several different locations. Oh yes, there are wolves at the gates, however. So we gotta kind of watch out for that. There's some mean little critters around. I did want to see if we could play around with the military system in this episode, because that's what they've added. The game is no longer like tower defense. You now have like an army, as far as I understand it, that you can command, and you can sort of move around the map if you so desire. As of right now, there goes our harvest. It's coming on in. They're dropping it off in the granary. That sounds absolutely fantastical, because we are going to have to expand and add a few new people to our village very, very soon. So hopefully that's enough food to get us through the winter. Why do I have an exclamation point down here? What happened? We have a plus 18 net change from last year. That's good. None found a home. We need more immigrants. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. We don't have anybody idle, but then again, I'm really scaredses. I'm a scaredses about expanding right now. Expanding is kind of terrifying. All right, so we're going to put that right there, put that right there, that right there, and then I think that's faced properly. Let's look. There we go. That can go right there, and then that, if that's faced correctly, can go right there. So there's a few more houses, and then what I'll do from there is we'll take a road, and I think we'll just drop that off right there. We'll add a little subdivision. And then we're also going to need a well to make sure that we have fire support around there. Not the kind of fire support you would expect from like a Tom Clancy game, okay? We're not like suppressing fire! You know, we're not doing any of that. We're not having artillery blasted on in. But having a few more houses would probably be helpful in the acquisition of new civilians. And so I feel like just so we can get some more mooks working around here, I think it's a good idea for us to maybe set out and do that. We are going to run out of wood pretty soon, which makes me think we're going to need foresters. And it makes me think, is it under industry? Yeah, there's our forester right there. Trees cannot be too near. Okay, well, like what I can do, if we're taking a look right here, is I could take this road out to here. And when we take that road out to there, the next thing we could do is we could add a little small stockpile right there. And then now that the small stockpile has been added, we can add some industry. We can put in a forester very, very shortly. We don't have enough stone to do it right now. Unfortunately, this is a very stone-poor map, which for castle building actually makes this a little bit awkward. But I'm hoping it'll pick up with time and things will get better. Oh, child, things are gonna get easier. That house is gonna drive me crazy right there. I hate looking at it. It's facing the wrong way. It upsets me. I don't like that one tiny little bit. It should be facing the right way like everything else. It's year 10 right now. We haven't been attacked yet. I've got a sneaking suspicion that we are going to get attacked, though. So average happiness is like right there. We'll raise the tax rate up to 5%, and we'll see what that does to our happiness and where that trends it off to. We do need to start collecting some gold and making some money. Otherwise, the hiring and maintenance of a military is going to be a lot more difficult than you'd think. It's going to be a challenge. What are you guys doing over here? You just hanging out at the stockpile? You guys know that you're allowed to work over there, right? Like, nobody's going to be angry at you if you work over at that mine. It is 100% okay for you to work inside that mine. Exactly. Like, look at all of you over here. Just kind of do your thing. Hang out there all day and all night, every single day, never take a break, and provide stone for your great and noble and wonderful, generous, fantastic, unimpeachable lord. Exactly. Exactly. I can put the forester like right here. I think that'll work out okay. That should secure our wood resource for a little while. It's not going to secure it permanently, but it will allow us the opportunity to at least have a renewable source of wood over on this side where they'll just be lumberjacking nonstop. I almost got by a hiccup right there. I just ate a whole bunch of Pop-Tarts, okay? I had way too many Pop-Tarts this morning. I had to get myself all juiced up and ready for the day. And that necessitated a serious quantity of Pop-Tart. A whole pouch. I don't know why they call those pouches, because they're not really pouches. They're more like little saran wrap bags. I don't even know what to call them. But they're definitely not a pouch. A pouch to me is kind of like the pocket that is on the front of a t-shirt. like right over your nipple, you know what I mean? Like that pocket right there. Technically, I don't count that as a pocket. I count that as like a pouch, because a pouch is different from a pocket. That's what we're explaining here today. How it's different from a pocket, I don't really know. I guess maybe a pouch is all one concurrent piece of material, whereas maybe a pocket is like a secondary piece of material. I don't know. Do we have any tailors in the audience today that want to fill us in on this one? Tailors in the audience. Tailors in the audience. I need your expertise. How much gold are we collecting per season? We have 8 gold estimated by the end of this year. That's not very much. So I'm thinking we should probably focus on getting this place up and moving as far as having more people goes. The more money we can get, the better. I don't see anything I'm particularly super interested in building right now. We could do a tavern. That would increase people's happiness pretty substantially. However, it is a pricey building. Our food supply seems to be alright. I'll probably keep an eye on it as we go through this year. So we had a plus 12 change, so that means adding the new people in adjusted it by 6. Okay, let's add a few more hovels. There we go. Couple more hovelly-doos. And then maybe we'll add 1 or 2 over here too. There we go. We're sort of getting more towards the edge of everything on this side, but I think it'll do. The other thing that I want is I need to chop down some trees for Jesus over here. So there we go. Chop down some trees for Jesus, my little minions. I believe in all of you. Get to work. Hey, we have 4 gold coins. That is iteratively better than 3 gold coins. Oh yes, 5 gold coins. 5 is more satisfying as an integer than 4. Unless that 5 denotes debt. And then in which case, I would suggest probably using negatives there. Alright. So year 11. Things are starting to stack up. Things are starting to look okay. Lord Levi, guardian of the forest and all of its creatures. Man, they've added a whole bunch of new buildings in here that I wasn't aware of. They've got a bunch of stuff. Castle woodblocks. Yeah, building castles is probably going to be rough right now. An archer tower costs us 20 gold. It's going to cost us a pretty considerable sum of change to get all this stuff done before too long. Yeah, you guys just whittle away the forest over here. I believe in all of you. Look at that. Descend upon it like a swarm of locusts. Goodbye, forest. Farewell. 'Twas nice knowing thee. There used to be a forest over there. Now, there is no longer a forest in this area. The good news is that's going to stock us up with a little bit of cash for the future. These things burn really easily, so I don't tend to be a big fan of woodblock walls. They tend to get set on fire really, really easily. And I don't like fire. Okay, I love fire. That's a lie. Fire is super awesome. But fire is not super awesome when it is claiming the lives of my beings who exist inside my city. Yeah, let's get a little palisade wall up. I think it's a really good idea to build a palisade wall. I'll probably go through, and over here we'll probably build a couple more farms. Just to make sure that we've got enough food going around. I find the single farms to be really, really good. Like, a lot of people don't like using the single farms. They like using orchards and stuff like that. That's perfectly fine. Play this game however you want to play it. I don't mind at all. However, in my case, I very much prefer... Yeah, now we're starting to make money. That population's increasing now. That population's increasing. Straight beastin'. You guys bringing back this wood over here? Because I need you to bring back this wood. This wood is important to me. We need to finish off these palisade walls. One feature of this game that a lot of people are not aware of is you can build your walls up to, like, higher heights if you really prefer to. And in fact, if you do, that will increase the range of your pointy stick shooters. So if you've got archers on the wall or whatever, that'll help out with it. We don't even have enough money for 1 tower right now. So we're probably going to want to resist the urge for a little bit. But if we can get a couple of walls up just on this inner curtain, I think we'll be okay. We are going to get attacked soon-ish, I think. Like, it seems like they spaced out. It seems to me that on the hardest mode on Vintar, you used to get attacked like year 10. Now it seems like you get attacked a lot less frequently. It's okay if you take losses and you take damage during the attack process. That's fine. It's normal. Only the fastest and most experienced players at this game are going to be able to rally a defense before the first wave comes. It's okay. You're going to take a little bit of a licking up front before things get easier. We are going to need some more wood, though. So I don't know where we want to chop that from. But I would consider chopping it from over here. That seems like an okay option. We're definitely going to want to get like a renewable forest going over here. Does this chop as well? It chops and replants trees. Okay, well, replant trees a little faster and do what you're going to do. Maybe I'll add another one across the way over here on the outskirts of the city. But for right now, I think we got to wait a little while for our wood supply to recover. These wooden walls right here are a massive boon. They added these to the game a couple of patches ago. Our peasants want a tavern. I mean, I can do that. It wouldn't be a considerable effort. Like, I can put in a tavern. If that's really what's going to make you guys happier, just the ability to drink yourself into a stupor in between shifts, then by all means, like, I'm not going to hold you back from that. I will go after it. That being said, I do think that we have a problem with alcoholism in this community, and I do think that's something that's going to need to be addressed before too long. Like, it seems to be spiraling out of control. And so, as much as I hate to be the heavy in this situation, y'all are drinking a little too much and you need to chill. Yeah, I need, like, more planting, less chopping. Like, it looks like they're planting and instantly chopping whatever it is they plant. My little dudes. My little dudes over here. We have no idlers. But I do think a second wood chopper would be a decent plan. Just to make sure that we end up with like a nearly endless supply of wood. I think that's what I'm going to lean into next. Especially since I'm planning on upgrading these Palisade Walls about as fast as I possibly can. These guys are not bringing in like an insane amount of wood. They're bringing in probably, what's its production right now? 24 wood per year. So yeah, 48 wood per year will help out with this mass deforestation thing that I've got going on. Like, we've pretty much cleared this entire area. Look over here. This is hinterland. It looks beautiful. It's picturesque. There's all kinds of things to look at and lick and smell. Over here, not so much. It's just open field. It's just 100% open field. Alright, so we have an 8 happiness inside of our radius right now. That means I should be able to raise the tax rate up. People are going to get grumpy about that. But that's okay. They can shut up. I don't really care I don't really care if they are grumpy about all this. Extra food and charcoal to the market to create access for heads of household. Oh, okay. We got fishing huts over here too. Might be possible to do something interesting right there. Got a few more civilians. You got anybody idling yet? You kind of want to keep like pushing this number up until you run into idling issues. Making 14 a year right now. That's still not very much. That's still kind of lackluster. So basically off of these right here, we can do 8 walls per year. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And still break even. Alright, well, get the walls going. We're going to make little palisades. We're just going to have a little village up front. But it's good to have wood in between us and the enemy, alright? When we see the enemy, we grab our wood and we erect it into walls, okay? I realize that it's November right now, and a lot of you are abstaining. I just want to express that you will get no solidarity from me on that front. Sorry. Not a practitioner. Not a practitioner. I don't see the point. Makes no sense to me. I'm like, why, though? Why? Why have we done this? Why did we invent this thing? No. See, I operate in the service of hedonism. That's what a lot of you don't really expect about me as a person. I operate almost entirely in the service of wanton hedonism and doing whatever I want. So, like, things like that just don't work for me, alright? They just don't. Yeah, we could put in a little road right there just to connect things. Have our little inner city segment right there. Looks pretty good to me. We've got our first clinic going up, which is going to lower our chance of having any type of virulency or anything else breaking out. I will more than likely probably place... Is anybody even working here right now? Oh, people are working there. Nice. Now you're starting to see some serious tree growth. Okay, we just needed to have like a slight overlap right there. Our happiness is pretty much moderate right now. And that's exactly the way that I prefer for things to be. Moderately happy. Not too happy because it's going to hurt all the more when you come crash diving headfirst into the earth. But also not a complete and total lack of happiness because I got to keep these workers on the treadmill, all right? Promising them things, being like, hey, if you keep working hard enough and paying me your taxes, eventually you'll be a bazillionaire just like Splatty. Good King Splatty, taking your money and reallocating it to himself. We have plague doctors over here. Good. So that means, oh, we have to pay the plague doctors. Lame. Paying people is the worst. All right, well, we have plague doctors. In the case that there turns out to be any type of plague or whatever, we have plague doctors. So there you go. We're stacked up on houses for a good long while. We're not going to have to worry about that for a little bit. We could probably do our 8 walls right now, too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. So there's our 8 walls for the year. Our little segments are moving. I think our city's looking pretty picturesque right now. I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see here. We got all kinds of jobs ready to go. We got 63 people and 80 beds. Can we make life more pleasant for our peasants? I mean, I will make it more pleasant for the peasants, but I silently worry they might resent. I had to pronounce that weird, okay? That's a rap trick right there. Sometimes you gotta pronounce a word wrong in order to make it fit in with the rhyme scheme. Alright? Like, I just don't want to give them, they're responsible for their own happiness. It's not my job, you know, to ensure that they are happy all the time. It's my job to be the king and to make sure that I'm happy all the time by charging them taxes and spending it on lavish textiles that none of them will ever even lay eye on. And we have professional firefighters now, too, man. They went full Sim City with this one, didn't they? I don't really want to hold a festival right now. I think I'm solid on avoiding the Festivus right now. We do have enough money to put in some towers. I don't know where the enemy's coming from, so that makes this a little more complicated. Honestly, I think the best goal would be to put a tower by every entrance that's upraised really, really high so that they can shoot things as they come in. Since we don't have gates or anything else right now, like they just have free access to our city, I think that it might be a better idea to just do it that way. Tax rate's looking good, though. Like, we're making decent money right now. We may have gone into the plague doctors a little early, is what I'm thinking. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, nice. That brought us, like, perfectly around the horn. Good. Well, we're getting there. Our Palisade is almost constructed. One of the things I very much like about this game is no matter how big and complicated your city gets, like with where we are right now, this is not a big city, but it's still all smooth, like everything's functioning, it still looks pretty. This game actually kind of reminds me in a lot of ways of Stonehearth, strangely enough. Like, I don't know why. I guess they both use that low poly, you know, voxel styling, I guess, in order to kind of present themselves to the player. But it's just nice to look at, isn't it? It's just nice to look at. I think I'll probably put in a road right here. And then I'll probably, like, put in a couple of houses right there. Why not? And then fishermen's huts are the ones that I'm actually kind of interested in right now. We don't have any iron near us, I don't think. We have a mason. So this guy can repair damaged structures, which is kind of interesting. Hey, nice. We got 69 villagers. Ah, there's a dragon attack coming. Okay. Well, then my suggestion would be that we take a tower and we just build it to the sky right there. And then we plop a tower on top of it. Like, it may be time to enact our plan to protect our peepo. I need 25 wood to get that done. Well, you guys better knock out some wood then. You guys better get some wood done. Aw, dude, the dragon's already here? I thought I had time. I thought there was time. Save the village. Save the village. The great dragon, Skaraktur, is coming. Watch as his red scales float through the sky. Got like epic music right now, but I don't see this dragon anywhere. Oh, there he is. There he is. Now we've got ourselves a dragon. Nah, I see him. Please don't destroy my treasury. It's all that I love and care about in life. It's the only thing that's important to me. Well, so far the dragon isn't doing anything. He's just like chilling. You guys gonna get that done anytime soon? I'd appreciate it if you would. Just, you know, knock it out real fast. Oh, he just left? Why did he leave? He just like bailed? Oh. Apparently he literally can't even dragon today, I guess. Are we just not putting out the fire right now? Yeah, I would strongly suggest putting out the fire on the granary. You guys got it all put out? Everything good over here? Alright, cool. Sounds nice. You notice something interesting? If you click on that, the roof opens so that you can look inside of it and see how much, like, food you have going on. Neat, right? I like little details like that. They please me. They make me happy. They make me happy. If you guys want to come knock down all these trees, that'd be great. I'd appreciate it. This guy gets paid 6 gold per year? No, close that down. Absolutely not. That's way too expensive. I can't afford to pay that guy's wages. Pay him a living wage. God, are you out of your mind? Nah, man. Nah. Let's see here. We'll drop in a few more walls over on that side. Although, I'm pretty sure enemies can go over water at some point. Like, I think the ogres can just walk through water because they're so big and tall, and then they can just come into your city. If I recall correctly, but sometimes I don't recall things correctly, so those of you that are more experienced with the game will have to correct me, I suppose, down in the comments. You're oh so good at it, so you should just do it. You should just do it. Don't hesitate. Just do it. No one will judge you. Hit me with that actually. Hit me with it. There we go. So we will close that down right there. It seems to me like maybe we need another well over on this side of the city, possibly. Yeah. Maybe like something right there. I would like to do a fishing hut. How big is the fishing hut? Does it go out in the water? Is that how that works? Oh, it does. Nice. Okay, well, we're good on food for right now, so I don't think we need to worry about that in particular for the moment. Our inner wall is looking pretty good. I'll probably knock out one of these a little bit later and then put a road that goes out, and we'll just have concentric rings, basically, going outwards. Is there anything else that I can get that'll make people happy? We've got a baker. Takes wheat and charcoal and turns it into bread, and then stores the bread until it is eaten. So that would mean that we need like a charcoal producer first. We also have a Noria, provides water to aqueducts and reservoirs. Why would we need water for aqueducts and reservoirs? I guess I could put an orchardist right there. That's a lot better than orcharder. Orchardist means that that's like the best orcharder that there is. Like orchardier would just mean that you're slightly better than the last orchard. Orchardist means that, like, man, you are killing the orchard game right now. In the world of apple hustling, you are just murdering it. My name is Splattercat. This is Kingdoms and Castles. If you want to see a little bit more, make sure you leave a like on the video. It helps me out as a content creator know what you're engaged with, what you're interested in, and how I can suit your fancy. If you don't know who I am and what I do here on the internet, I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie gaming every single day so that you don't have to. How you doing? Take care, everybody. I'll have something hot and fresh for you tomorrow so that you can remain in tune with the indie world.